Okay, for week 5, we're going to look at a Metheny Lick. It's over a major chord. Yes, there are major chords in jazz. And like most major chords, well, yeah, I'd probably say in most. This is a Lydian lick, not a straight Ionian or major, but a Lydian, so it's got the flat 5 in it. And there's a couple cool little, I guess, subs you might call them, or we'll look at those. There's an arpeggio and a pentatonic scale he's using. So, it starts with the flat 5, or that sharp 4, which makes it Lydian. It starts on the 5th string, 6th fret. So it's sharp 4 to 5. And then you're going to go to the 4th string on the 6th fret. So 6, 7 on the 5, 6, 9. And that right there is a E major arpeggio. E major 7th arpeggio, I should say. And then the next note he plays is actually the major 3rd if you're thinking about it over the A. But if you want to think of it as the sub, meaning kind of the formula we can take out of this, you could think of that as the 6th tone of the E, if that makes sense. Which would be 7, major 7th, and then back to your root. So on the 3rd string, you've got 6 fret, which is the 6th tone. You've got the 8th fret, which is the 7th tone, and the 9th fret, which is your octave. So what we've got so far is this. And I think he slides right there, because it's going to set us up for the next move. But back to what I was talking about. If you're looking for a way to make the Lydian sound, go up to the 5th tone of whatever major chord you're on and play a major 7th chord. So we're in, if we jump this around a little bit, if we're in A, we go up to E, which is that, and we play this arpeggio. If we were in C, we'd go up to G and play a G major arpeggio. You know, if I was in G, I'd go up to D and play a D, and so on, if that makes sense. But that's the first little thing he's doing. And if you really wanted to take this formula to the next step, you could learn, instead of just your major 7th arpeggios, you could learn your major 7th arpeggio and add that 6th tone, 6th tone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so in E, and play that, and that's always going to be the 3rd if you use this formula. I hope that makes sense. It's really not that difficult. When you start talking, it sounds more difficult than it actually is. Anyway, so that one note is the only note that's not in a typical major 7th arpeggio. But if you add it to it, you now have a major 13th or a major 6th. And then if you do our formula of up a 5th, that 6th tone is always the 3rd tone. Yeah. Once again, not as hard as it sounds when you start talking about it. So we got this. Like I said, I slid up to the 9th. So far we got this, which, like I said, on the 6th fret to the 8th fret to the 9th on the G string. Then you're in position to play this. 7, 9, 7, 9. So we've got this. And then you're going to come down that. Which is 9, 7 on the B string. And he's playing those as 16th notes. And then you're going to play. Then he plays the next note, next 2 notes as quarter notes. Which is 9, 6 on the G string. So it ends there on the 3rd tone, on the 3rd of A. Now, like I said, there's another formula in this, and that is he's playing a pentatonic scale right here. So if you know, everybody knows in this case, it's a C sharp minor or an E major is probably the better way to think of it, since we're playing in a major tonality, but you can do either one. But instead of it being that pentatonic box we all know, it's the box behind it. You know that. If we ascend up it, the one that goes 1 3, 1 3, 1 4, 1 4, 1 3, 1 3. But he just plays the upper 4 string or 3 strings. So once again, if you're looking for a formula, he plays, not only does he play the E major 7th arpeggio, he also plays an E major 7th pentatonic scale. So just think of that shape and put it in front of your chord. So if we're in A, we play that pentatonic scale up a whole step, or that shape I should say. So if I want to play that in C, I want to play it in G. Anyway, you can hear it's that Lydian sound. So now you've got 2 formulas, and you could learn those all over the neck. And not only then do you learn a lick, but you're learning theory, and you're seeing how it's applied. So let's play. I'm going to play the whole lick one time. And if you heard in the beginning when I was playing over it, I just started messing around with it. And it's real easy to do when you kind of cut it up and see that it's an arpeggio and a pentatonic scale. So you can start sort of dancing around in between that and use all your pentatonic licks, movements, motifs, whatever you want to call them. And now play them over a major chord. Cool lick to learn and sort of take those concepts from as well. All right, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll do a different one next week.